Hello, welcome to another edition of Heath and Pape on the Hey You Guys and the Hollywood News. I'm Paul Heath.
And I'm Stefan Pape.
Great stuff. We're here to talk about Doctor Strange, which is the new Marvel Studios film, which you've just seen. Literally 5 minutes ago, we walked out of this cinema, Empire, which actually is now a Cineworld here in Leicester Square. So do we want to talk about the film, better set it up? Because it's quite well known. Do we need to do that, or can we just tuck straight? Should we say anything about the plot of the film, or should we just tuck straight into our thoughts on it?
I think we should. Well, we should give a little bit of a kind of skeleton structure, but we shouldn't say too much because it's good to go to these films knowing as little as possible. I think.
Shall we go straight into what we thought about it, or because that's what? See what I've done there?
Yeah.
See what I've done there?
Yeah,
that was very good.
That's a spoiler in itself.
That is, yeah. But
that was good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was good. No, I won't do that again. We won't carry on doing that. That'd be weird. No. And that means everyone will have to watch it twice.
Yeah,
no one wants to do that.
No.
Right, so it's an origin story, of course. So Benedict Cumberbatch plays Stephen Strange, who's a really, really good doctor, isn't he?
Yeah,
really good at brain surgery and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he smashes up his hands in a car accident.
Yeah.
And all he wants is his hands back because he wants to carry on being a well-renowned doctor. So he goes to speak to another guy who defied kind of biology and is now able to walk, and he wants to find out how were you able to do that. And the guy's like, I went to Kathmandu, mate.
Yeah.
So he goes to Kathmandu to see a bloke.
I think it's Kathmandu, not Kathmandu.
Oh, it's spelled Kathmandu. Kathmandu. And he sees Chiwetel Ejiofor playing Baron Mondo.
That's right.
And he says, come with me. And they go meet the H1, played by Tilda Swinton. Yeah. And I think that's all you need to know, really.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's go straight into it.
And from there on, he tries to recover his. He wants to try and find out about his fingers, but in doing so, finds out there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff.
There's a much bigger picture that he needs to worry about than his bloody fingers.
His fingers mean nothing now.
No.
Nothing.
So I generally liked it. From the off, I think it's an ambitious film. It's the effects are outstanding. I thought the effects were actually a little bit shoddy earlier on, but that was kind of probably my eyes adjusting to what was just going on.
Incredible.
There's so much going on screen.
It was like being at some place, especially if you see it on a really big screen, a sort of IMAX screen or something. It felt like you were in one of those simulator kind of rides at a theme park where it was travelling through different times and dimensions.
At one point, I tipped my head like that, and I was like, "Oh no, don't do that!
Yeah, don't do that." If you tilt your head, though, you might actually see everything straight.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all over the place. So in a good way.
It's a bit of a mind bender.
It is a mind bender,
but fantastic stuff, isn't it? You know?
Oh yeah, no, and I thought that they built a world, didn't they? Because obviously this is an origin story. This is a new character, and the kind of tie-ins to the Avengers world is very tenuous, isn't it? It's just the occasional sort of like flash or snippet of information, but this is very much a standalone film that feels very separate to that world, and they built everything, and we believe in it, don't we? Like halfway through, you kind of understand all the rules of what's going on. You know all the characters, and to do that in a kind of sort of small, kind of self-contained way, it was quite impressive. I thought
there's not that much exposition, so it's not really, excuse me, forced that is. It's kind of flows quite nicely. It's sort of fed to you quite. Nicely in terms of its pace and little bits here and there.
There's a couple of moments. I think there was one scene quite sort of early on where you've got Benedict Cumberbatch, Tilda Swinton, and Chiwetel Ejiofor just kind of acting on the same screen. You think this transcends the kind of our kind of initial kind of how we used to perceive a superhero movie. You think this is so much more that these films these days are being taken so much more seriously. They have three incredible acting talents. It's a bit like the sort of Harry Potter films. Yeah. And sometimes you look at the screen and go, this is just an array of just British acting royalty, and you watch that and think these are such talented performers. When you've got those people in a movie like this, it just takes it to that next level. Yeah, and you got Mads Mikkelsen as well. Obviously, we should mention him. Yes. We should mention him. He's pretty good in this. He's the villain. That's not a spoiler. He's the villain. Oh yeah, lovely eye makeup. Looked like he was on his way to a kind of 80s nostalgia party. Yeah, but actually, he was just trying to. It's good to see him back as a bad guy. I got really sort of tickle in my throat. You're right. Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah. So yeah, it's great to see him playing the bad guy again. Yeah, he's good at that, isn't he? He's good, but for such a lovely bloke as well. Have you met him? Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, and tomorrow. Yeah, and also meeting Benedict Wong, who plays a character called Wong. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. So they're running through all of the different people that have one name: Beyonce, Drake, Adele, Eminem. Yeah, which is a stage name, not quite the same. And then. Didn't mention Cher and Madonna, which I was disappointed by. Well, there's only so much you can do. I mean, I think these kids today that are going to be seeing this more than us old farts are. But actually, that was one of the very few criticisms I had. Was I felt some of the humour felt a little bit contrived. and didn't always land. I think that Marvel have got this reputation of being able to inject humour into any situation. I mean, Ant-Man was just a one big comedy, wasn't it, really? And I felt that this one, it felt like it had the license to be a bit dark, but it didn't need to be funny, and I felt at times it felt obliged to be funny. Well, yeah, and it didn't always land.
I thought it did, actually. Yeah. I thought
I
did think that Stephen Strange at certain points, like Tony Stark, dripping in there, quite similar. It's like a cross between Tony Stark and. I did think about this when I was in there. I was like, that'd be good to say on camera, but now it's gone, so don't worry about it. Rihanna's another one name.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that what you just said?
That's what I just said.
Oh, it sounded like you said Ran, and I was like, who's Ran?
Rihanna.
But I just laughed, smiled, and nodded, thinking, oh, that's someone I've ever heard of. Rihanna.
Anyway, so effects-wise, very good. I mean, it's sort of
Beyonce Knowles, though. Like, we can't just forget her surname.
I think Rihanna has got a surname as well.
Yeah, I know, but we never use it. I mean,
Smith, is it? Right.
Is it Smith?
Yeah. Oh, just like you, Pape.
Yeah.
Just Pape.
Just Pape.
Heath,
Pape.
Yeah. Anyway, so general consensus.
It is really good.
Yeah, and
so we're being a bit vague on just sort of. It's some of the great things that are in this very much to do with the
story. We're getting a bit direction here.
We can't really talk about it.
Benedict Cumberbatch is good.
He is good, isn't he? I mean, he sort of plays the role well because he's got a kind of dark edge to it and a quality that I think serves the character well. Because obviously you find out that Mads Mikkelsen was a kind of former student of the Ancient One.
Yeah.
And you always feel that with Doctor Strange, you always felt not another bird.
No.
Stood under a tree again.
Yeah.
And you always feel like he could go one of two ways. And I think that even though you kind of go, look, he's going to be the good guy here.
Yeah.
You still there's always that little element of doubt in the back of your mind when you think he could go to the dark side, and I think that Benedict Cumberbatch has that quality about him, which makes him a really perfect fit for this role.
And I think we also need to say that Rachel McAdams is pretty good in it.
Yeah,
so,
she's. I mean, the whole it's one of those films where they've just given every role to someone really accomplished and very talented.
She's really good.
It just works.
As an all-round, it's a really good film. I was surprised. I thought this might be a little bit of a hurdle for Marvel to get over because all the stuff I've seen so far, I wasn't quite convinced by it. I was like, oh, this could be their. This ain't going to do great.
No.
But it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, it has that kind of Inception quality, but
it does.
Never compromises on the entertainment
value,
it doesn't. Which is always important.
And we'll mention the end credit sequences, of which there are 2, and that's it. We're going to say no more.
Just stick around.
Just stick around. Wait till the very end. So
right to the end, like you have done with this video.
Here we go. What's this? Lovely stuff. Should we just end it there on that note, or 4?
I'm going to go 4 star. It'll get a lot of 5-star reviews. I
think you're right.
I think it's just a little flawed. It's not the perfect movie. I think it doesn't stand up quite to Guardians of the Galaxy for me, which is still my favourite Marvel movie.
No. But there's a lot.
But it is still really good. It's their best this year.
Yeah.
How many have they been this year?
There's been one. Captain America, better than that. Seriously?
I preferred it today. Yeah, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I did.
No.
I did. Oh, God, I did.
No, you're wrong there. Right, anyway, so that's it. Keep these videos coming. We will do, obviously.
Just literally talking to yourself.
Yeah, just thinking out loud. Ed Sheeran.
That's 2 names.
Yeah, alright, okay. Anyway, subscribe to this button. They put a button in. And we will keep them coming as much as we can. Yeah. And put it up here as well.
Yeah.
And over here. So anyway, should we finish there?
Just don't Photoshop bird pooing on me again. But
no,
that did work well the last time. People
really
fell
for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, right.
Cool.
That's it from Leicester Square in London.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Keep it real.
Doctor Strange.
See you later. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!